Now, I can't remember the last time we had access to anything My Team
Oh my
related before the
goodness
game actually
gracious.
came out. I think it was back in 2K17 when Cash Nasty did a pack opening, and even though we don't have access into the full mode, we've got just enough
Barely turn them up
to discuss. Let's
You'll
talk
hear
about
it now.
the good and the bad. We start off by choosing and opening our starter packs. I went with the Raptors, but honestly, the relevancy aside from cosmetics doesn't really
Let's
matter.
get
What
it.
matters is when you go ahead and you choose the free agents who got bigger upgrades this year,
quiet.
and by that I mean games played. It's not 5 games anymore. These 94 overalls that you see in front of you can play up to 25 games each, which is kind of insane because we all do
Pick
not
Kevin
like
Durant.
running into free agents early on in the year, but at least everyone is playing on an even playing field, I guess. Nonetheless, I think the two most popular picks are going to be
okay. I'll be quiet. I'll just react to like things. I'll let them speak, and then I'll react and like I'll react to certain things. Okay, I'll be quiet though. I'll be quiet.
Kevin Durant and the Giannis Antetokounmpo. Although Luka Doncic might be a sleeper because he's probably not going to have any defense, but he's a 6'7" point guard in September. Someone's going to figure out a way to use him. And then we move over to the free agent legend in September. Someone's going to figure out a way to use him. And then
wait, that could change. Luka was not a point guard before. Okay, just like he was not a point guard in the thing. They changed that. Thank goodness they did, because Luka Doncic sucks at shooting guard. Like, they should let Luka play point guard at RIP. I mean, anyway, 6'2" point guards are better than Luka anyway. I'm just saying.
Then we move over to the free agent legend you get to pick. Now, these ones don't have 25 games. These ones, in fact, have 10 games instead. But you've got Iverson, Jordan, Dr. J, Kevin Garnett, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Now, history tells me Julius Erving should be the very obvious pick here. As far as looking at the attributes of the card, the layout was the same as previous 2Ks with the exception of the new slot that they got there for the legend badge. Now, after all that, we loaded into Rivet and spawned inside the My Team store. This just looks like a place where you can walk around and buy packs, but beyond that was Rivet City itself, and I can't lie to you, it was very aesthetically pleasing, especially because the last few years I've been looking at neon lights, or there's been crowd members all up in my face, so to just see a nice pretty park where I could hoop, that made me smile. So I was walking around getting ready to hop onto a triple threat spot because I figured this was going to be it for the My Team experience, hop into a game with the free agent cards and call it a day, but no. I looked up at a billboard and apparently somebody had pulled a 98 overall Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
There's Galaxy Opals Kareem.
So I went to go inspect.
Unauctionable? Uh-oh. What does that mean? I mean, this is not live. I'm gonna upload this, but like, what why do I see an unauctionable logo here? What is that doing here? Why the card's so big? They want everybody to see it. I mean, we have 98 Opals on day one. Hey, I've been said this. I've been said I wanted Galaxy Opals and Dark Matter to drop on freaking day one. I've been freaking said it. Because I think it's a good idea. If they nerf them good, I feel like it's a smart freaking idea. But if they start being unsellable, we got issues. Okay.
Was it beautiful to see
we
were going to be able to open packs? And y'all know I was going to be a fiend for that. Nonetheless, inside the pack market was a diamond pack, a pink diamond pack, and a Galaxy Opal pack. Some of the players we could pull within that Galaxy Opal pack were crazy.
What the frick? These cards dropping day one? Hey!
KD.
I mean, these cards are crazy. You got Kareem, you got 98 overall KD, Will. I mean, these cards, let me have that KD. I mean, I like the fact that, okay, so they're auctionable. I got nervous they were on auctionable. I got nervous because there's no, okay.
Wilt, Kareem.
I didn't auction in the park, though.
As far as pink diamonds, there was a Joel Embiid, Iverson, Paul George, Donovan Mitchell, Grant Hill, Penny Hardaway, and lastly, the diamonds, which featured a card I think they purposely put in there for me. Y'all see it right there. 94 overall diamond Rui Hachimura among some other diamonds, but we're focused on the boy Rui, and conveniently I got myself a My Team card with a 94 overall. So let me know in the comments, ladies and gentlemen, is that too high of a rating? Is that too low? Or is that just right? Now, disclaimer, those
my
cards
phone
are not final decision for 2K25 My Team launch. In fact, I'd be very surprised if we saw those cards on day one. But this was going to be a cool way for us to see the pack opening animation in My Team, which I liked, but I also didn't like. First off, the aura is still that electrical shock from that 2K24 vibe, which I don't necessarily hate, but I don't necessarily like either. I just
You know what that looks like? That looks like, I forgot what 2K this looks like. I forget. Someone in chat might remember. It looks similar to that one. If you know what 2K I'm talking about.
Really wish they switched it up for this year.
If you know what 2K I'm talking about, how you get those cards?
With the gem tier hitting the ground, opening up to the eventual tease of what the card might
22.
be. But when it eventually gets to the final screen, that's kind of where I go.
Tenor. That animation
was a really good build up to the card. I just wish it was more animated, because when I look at it, it's just kind of giving me that screenshotty vibe, and it more looks like it's meant for like a Myteam mobile. So after rewatching this pack opening here, I have a feeling this isn't actually the final animation when it comes to opening the pack, rather a filler for the park, because when you look at the way the gem tier opens up, there's a background as if somebody should be walking out of there. I don't know, is it just me? Y'all let me know in the comments.
I agree, the animation's so weak.
One thing I can confirm is holographic cards are back. I didn't manage to pull one, but I saw a couple other creators pulling them, and my question is, what value is that going to bring to Myteam this year? Because last year, obviously, we had the player market, so the resell with the holos were absolutely crazy, but this year, now that we have the auction house back, how exactly is that all gonna work, and what value are they gonna bring to the holo cards? Now, one thing you'll rarely hear from me, in fact never hear from me, is that I wanted to pull a duplicate card while doing my pack opening, and this was important because I mainly wanted to see the quick sell value of a card, and to no surprise, it wasn't exactly the highest regardless of the gem tiers of these cards. Now, I understand this is technically not the finalized version of what Myteam and some of these values are gonna be, but just figured I get it out there for you guys. My favorite pull throughout this pack opening, which should come as no surprise to most of you guys, was a Galaxy Opal that eventually ended up being the king himself, LeBron Raymond James. And I was excited to just get into the park as soon as we pulled this card, so it was time to get busy. Also, I'm not gonna lie, that glow around the Galaxy Opal, pretty solid. Matching is exactly like Park, where you get onto a spot and wait for someone, and that someone had arrived. Now, I do gotta say that animation where the player—
look at, where's KD though? Why are we using LeBron, Curry? We're using, you free, no one playing some freaking Minecraft. It's literally 2K. Will, I'm ready to go. I want to see some gameplay.
Card art itself when the game is loading in is actually pretty
awesome.
Card art looks, first matchup of the day.
Card art looks fine. These are first day cards.
Myteam
YouTuber, Opals, Myteam park only. I got no clue. They said community day.
Abdul-Jabbar and the Diamond James Harden. Now, as soon as the game started, my first reaction of the gameplay was, yo, this is kind of slow. But now that I'm actually watching it while I'm editing, it doesn't look that slow at all. And I think the reason I felt like that is because I was coming off of 2K24, where cards have 99 everything, every Hall of Fame badge, Jamal Escape, Patty Base, Pro Leaner, all that crazy junk. So to go back to what is a normal feeling basketball player is probably what threw me off. Off the bat, one thing I'm liking a lot more is the aesthetic of this over previous TTO courts we've had, especially last year with the annoying crowd members. Because every time they would step on the court or get in the way, I wanted to punch the virtual shit out of them.
That is actually true. I'm just being honest. Okay, the Rivet City does look nice. I see why people miss that freaking court. I never played. I was on Sunset Beach, but it looked freaking nice.
So 2K, thank you for removing them. I was also definitely struggling with the dribbling in this new dribbling system. Like, I literally couldn't even curry escape. Luckily, we had big boy Wilt on the boards to put the ball back in the basket. So right there, you'll notice Giannis has a new mocap jumper. I like it a bit more. Here we are with LeBron out on the break, but Kareem cuts me off. Don't worry, I got something for him. Bump the screen, pull up for three, let's splish, splash.
I don't know.
James Harden immediately answers with three of his own, and his jumper's looking good this year. Killsamoy wasted no time bringing this game back close. He's got a dunk there, and we've got a three-point game. Steph, this is where I need you to step up, and step up he did.
Look at Curry's release real quick.
Steph, this is where I need you to step up.
Wait, look at Curry's release real quick. Look at Curry's release. That Curry release looking nice.
Unfortunately, we can't see how contested these shots are, but that's all good. Big boy Wilt back on the boards. LeBron running the break. Hey! Kicks it out to Giannis. Giannis is gonna miss a big time shot right here, and we're gonna take advantage by running out on the break to big boy Wilt. Back to Steph for the easy dime cash.
I mean, they
one
changed
final
Curry's
rebound here
shot.
by Wilt, who now has 10 rebounds, by the way.
LeBron,
and it's like the Olympics. Money. LeBron and Steph, they just got that connection. That's also going to complete my 2K25 Calm Day quest, which was collabing and making a video together with a creator who flew here from a different continent. He's from Australia. And with the reward being
Wait a minute,
digital...
let me read chat. Is there an actual first game of my team? They did a my team gameplay. Yeah, this is my team gameplay. They on, I don't know. I don't know what these cards, I'm gonna assume they're still on a regular base. Like, they said community day opals, so like, I don't know if these opals are gonna actually be in the game. I don't know. I just think I think these are just for community. I can't tell. It's hard to tell, really. Giannis is the same height as Curry. Is he not?
Codes for NBA 2K25, we're going to be giving those away in today's video. All you've got to do is comment down below what is the first thing you're looking forward to doing once you have NBA 2K25.
Hey, I'll take it for free real
to
quick.
My boy Killsboy, man, and a great way to start off the My Team Park with a dub. In the post game, you are presented with a winner's circle. And
I like this. I feel like I like this at all. This looks cool. I like the background. I would like if they changed the background like throughout the seasons. Like, honestly, it looks cool. This actually looks cool. I look nice.
Layer of the game to your best card. Now, I think the MT points earned from the game weren't final because the math wasn't really mathing with the total.
288
showed the difficulty multiplier points. Likewise goes for the rep points. So we'll probably get the final numbers on those on release day. Now, I was far from done hooping, man. We just got a taste of the My Team Park, and I wanted the whole load. So the next opponent loaded up, and it was time to get busy, but yeah, listen, I know you see it. I know I see it. Do I have to call it out? I think I'm going to call it out. Yeah, I'm going to call it out. The matching white jerseys. Now, I instantly relayed this to the devs, so hopefully this isn't a thing come 2K25 because, yeah, we don't like that. Did it mean
one thing I noticed is you have to wait on a spot where some people are not going to be happy about, literally. You're going to have to wait, so, like, if no one's there... yeah, you ain't find no game. You ain't find no game.
We're gonna hoop though. Will Chamberlain right back in the action. Now, one thing I really wanted to get you guys was in-game audio. Unfortunately, I could not figure out a way to turn off the music that was playing in the My Team Park, and I'm not really trying to get a copyright strike. Where was Giannis going there? Easy layup for big boy Wilt. And right here, you can see a little defensive stop animation. He makes the mistake to leave the King James wide open, and we knock down a big time three.
But God, next day you have to wait.
I'm telling you, Wilt was unstoppable for the hours that I was playing the game. Steph Curry, that was definitely contested. I can't even lie to you, but they're out here just balling. LeBron James once again back in the offense into a little pick and roll with Wilt. Oh, he makes the mistake with the help, and Steph's gonna knock down the game.
Level 40? They didn't reveal it.
Look at Will Chamberlain though.
I don't think I got revealed.
6 rebounds and 1 assist. This man is an animal. Next game, I want to give Michael Jordan and Paul George some runs. I do gotta say though, this Wilt
I want to see MJ. Did they fix MJ?
This game was good because it reminded me of the fact that takeovers aren't a thing or adjusted, whatever it might be. When I eventually filled my meter in game, it gave me the hot red ring in game like it was 2K16 again. Jordan's jumper is still mo-capped. Unfortunately, none of the cards we got to use had a legend badge because I really wanted to see how demonic that'll event of the card. 16 filled my meter. Jordan's jumper, it gave me the hot red ring in game like it was 2K16 again. Jordan's jumper is still mo-capped.
I can't
Unfortunately,
tell.
none of the cards.
Your jumper look any different?
Jordan's jumper is still mo-capped. Unfortunately, none of the cards we got to use had a legend badge because I really wanted to see how demonic that'll eventually get in my team, but I guess we're gonna have to wait for that.
He's repping up pretty quick. Where you see the rep at? It might be because he's early. Remember, it's gonna start getting really hard when you start getting them higher tiers. Like, I didn't even pay attention to the rep. I paid attention to the XP going up, but that rep is gonna go slow.
Boom goes the dynamite, and that's gonna be the game.
Oh, they still got Jordan with looking like a bum. Oh my freaking goodness.
The game. One thing you'll notice there is the greens are no longer just swishes. They can now rattle in, and a bunch of different things can go on. And even though you can't hear the audio, the chain link swish, it's amazing. Now there's some things I want to talk about. For starters, if you put 2 and 2 together, you can tell that SBMM, aka skill-based matchmaking, is effectively dead, at least in TTO, because the only way to match up is for both of you to get on the court and start a game. Now me personally, I absolutely love it. SBMM has been hurting 2K for a couple years now, especially on the Myteam end of things, although it could definitely get interesting, because one thing very similar to Park that is happening in the Myteam Park is the hot streaks on your court. When you're cooking for long enough, that fire starts to hop on your court, and at that point you're probably going to be attracting some sweats to try and end you. Hot streaks are going to end up being fun though for those of you guys who are Myteam streamers and like to sweat, because similar to what they do on the Park end of things, it'd be cool to see some people try to go for the 100 overall hot streak. Like,
how's MJ driving dunk less than LeBron's? I mean, hey, this is the 2K25 ratings, baby. Okay, 2K25.
Do in a Park, but with the Myteam cards, especially if you do it with a specific card and you make a video out of it. I'm just trying to, you know, get creative with my content already. So if y'all are a streamer, write it down. People will tune in. Now, in the short amount of time I got to play the game, the gameplay actually felt good. I wasn't really a fan of the dribbling though. I felt like at times it was kind of delayed with my button inputs, and the pro play animations were kind of taking over things. Maybe this is a way for them to try to combat dribble spamming or something like that.
Jumper looks a tad bit
faster.
Fan
of it. I'm not gonna critique it too much because it's a new dribbling system. So until
you know, MJ's jumper looks a tad bit fast. I feel like that's just in general. Just releases just are faster than they were last year. I don't like. Because I feel like this looked. Yeah, this definitely looked a little faster.
Off the bat, I wasn't the biggest fan of it. I'm not gonna critique it too much because it's a new dribbling system. So until I've had my hands on the game for at least a couple weeks and figured out the dribbling, I'm not gonna hate on it. But off the bat, I definitely wasn't the biggest fan. There was some cool new rebounding animations I noticed. There was a lot of new defensive animations, which I think are gonna be a ton of fun. That one thing they showed with a ball slapping in the trailer, that was definitely happening. Like, you can really play defense, you can accelerate to cut people off. Offensively, I'm really gonna need to figure some things out because it felt like defensively, that's where all the hell was. Now, we all know the gameplay is usually not the make or break when it comes to the Myteam mode itself. That's usually more so the content throughout the course of the whole year and how much of it is accessible. So if y'all want more of a deep dive
I love. I don't know why, but this animation background looks so much better than the actual pack opening. Like, the background underneath the game looks like Paul George Pink Diamond just looks so nice.
We want to go watch somebody like Joe Knows or somebody else that was attending Community Day. Now, we've talked about a lot of good, but there is still some bad, aka concerning stuff. Number one is a big one I feel like the community was complaining about. Depending on who you are, it is going to bother you as far as the workflow of the game. This didn't happen to me at Com Day, but it did happen to Killsmoy. He quit a game because he was using the wrong lineup, and then the ban screen popped up.
Oh no!
That's right, guys, the ban screen. Now, I felt like this wasn't really going to be removed for this year, and maybe it is removed, maybe it isn't. Things aren't necessarily finalized yet at Com Day, but I'm not the biggest fan of that because I feel like that slows down the pace of the game. But at the same time, I feel like they're going to keep it in there, especially because they've now brought the Park to Myteam. They want to make sure people aren't quitting games, which then leads me to my next concern, and that is going to be the complete workflow of TTO as a game. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. I believe that when you're in the Park and the person quits the game, you as the person that is still playing still have to follow through with a full game versus CPUs. That can end up slowing the pace.
That is true. You know, he's fully right. Because the CPU be like an AI CPU of a Galaxy Opal card isn't like, if you're good, but like if you match up against like a really good player and then they leave by, oh god.
Things down, especially because we know that when opponents leave the match, the game ends, you get the dub, you're on to the next game, and things are moving fast. And speaking of fast, that is then going to lead to my next concern, which is going to be matchmaking in TTO. Usually in TTO, you hit search a match, it starts matchmaking, you find a game, and you're going. Now, I don't think this is necessarily going to be a problem in Myteam Park early on, and maybe throughout the whole year if they kind of keep the content and things flowing. But one thing that's going to kind of slow down matchmaking is the fact that you now have to hop into the Myteam Park, you've got to walk on over to a spot, and then you've got to wait for a game to finish. If you're someone that's on a win streak, that's great. You're flying.
Oh, you have to, see, that's what I mean. That wait is gonna be annoying because you can't go into a game back to back to back. Like I say, y'all say, oh, you're repping up in Park, but I don't think repping up is gonna be the most best way in Park unless you're winning every game. Because you might be waiting, because people gotta play their games. There might be, all the courts might just be taken. And then if you go into the court, if you go to a park with less players, well then you're not even gonna start a game, so.
Flying through games, but if you're someone that's losing a couple games in a row, boom, you lose, you gotta walk around, you gotta wait for the next game, who knows how long that might be, and then you can load into another game. So for me, I'm a little bit concerned about that with the workflow of things, because before you could fly through TTO games, whether you're winning or losing, boom, 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 just like that, but now it feels like there's this added walking, there's this added waiting, and stuff like that. And I've seen people in park complain in regards to the fact that they just want to play basketball, they don't want to walk around, they don't want to wait, they just want to hoop. So that is a bit of a concern for me, but I want to see how it plays out first before I get too judgy. I wonder how many people will go back to old gen, which I'm assuming is going to have the old TTO system, just so they can get into their games fast.
That is my question. I asked someone the same question. Is current gen gonna have the old co-op system? Because like if that is the case, some people might rather play current gen. So, I mean, some people might just hop on old gen if they can just start the game right away and they just trying to grind rep, then old gen be the move. Cause like the getting certain card because it might be fast. I'm gonna have to predict that it isn't. But I think that'll be kind of like detrimental for 2K because then that would make people want to go back. That might make some people might hop back on old gen. I don't think they want to do that.
Faster and get it done with. Definitely interesting, something to bring up. Let me know how y'all feel about that in the comments. Overall, I do have a very good feeling about Myteam Park and the content creating / community building possibilities it's gonna have. Now that we've got the rep system in Myteam, I can definitely see it bringing back that grind team feeling that people enjoyed from back in 2K20 and 2K21, as long as they continue to update it with things that are gonna be worth grinding for.
But literally, that was a gameplay or first impression of 2K24 Myteam. A lot of interesting things. A lot of interesting things involving Myteam, but yeah, a lot of interesting stuff here. But I will see y'all in the next Myteam video. Just reacting while I'm live and say y'all. But I kind of forgot to mention. Though I forgot to say in the videos, the MT rates did look that 288 MT rates did look less in this video. I forgot to even show that. Like when he won the game, they did look a lot less. And if you're taking a while to start a game, then Myteam part might not be the best way to make some MT. Okay, if you're taking a long time to load into a game. But yeah, that is my fault stuff. And I mean, it looks really good though. It looks like the background just pushed it, and they could get more empty. But I see y'all in the next Myteam video.